Aces and Ashes. Chapter 6. The Architect's Secret. The information gleaned from Whiskey Joe had ripped away the last veil of ambiguity, exposing the raw, dangerous truth of the Desert Bloom project. Ethan and MJ had retreated to their anonymous motel room, the blueprints now less a mystery and more a chilling roadmap. The air was thick with the weight of revelation, the silence punctuated only by the distant hum of the strip, a sound that now seemed deceptively innocent. "A truth bomb," MJ murmured, tracing the sprawling network on the blueprint. Her initial academic curiosity had given way to a profound sense of awe and dread. He wasn't just talking about a hidden passage. This isn't just a vault. It's an archival system, designed to preserve and, if necessary, expose. Ethan's mind, accustomed to constructing elaborate deceptions, was now focused on dismantling one. Ledgers, recordings, documents, proof of who built this city, and how. The illicit dealings, the power structures, the names that founded empires on the very corruption this network was built to hide, or to reveal. He paced the cramped room, the antique key hot in his hand, a tangible link to this incredible, dangerous legacy. They pored over the blueprints again, seeing them with new eyes. The echoing heart, previously a mere label, now pulsed with a terrifying significance. It wasn't just a central chamber, it was the epicenter of this hidden history, the vault where the true records of early Las Vegas were stored. MJ pointed to a section marked, Retrieval System, activated by Keystone. This must be how they intended to disseminate the information. Not just to store it, but to release it. A fail-safe mechanism, designed to blow everything wide open if the original architect's legacy was ever threatened or perverted. The implications were staggering. This wasn't merely a historical curiosity. It was a loaded weapon, aimed squarely at the glittering facade of modern Las Vegas. And Victor Thorne, they realized, was racing against time to disarm it. Thorne, Ethan said, the name a cold, hard stone on his tongue. Whiskey Joe spoke of the original founders, the architects of the oasis. Thorne's family, his patriarch, his grandfather, he was one of those early, powerful figures, wasn't he? He recalled a snippet from an article he'd skimmed, something about the Thorne family's deep roots in Las Vegas's early development. MJ's eyes widened, the pieces slotting into place with brutal clarity. Of course, Thorne Holdings is aggressively acquiring old Vegas properties. He's not just expanding his empire. He's trying to consolidate control, to erase any physical evidence of the past. But this, she gestured to the blueprint, this is the asterisk true evidence. The historical record, kept by the architects themselves. His family's legacy, Ethan concluded, the full scope of Thorne's desperate motive becoming horrifyingly clear. If this truth bomb goes off, if these documents and recordings are revealed, it wouldn't just tarnish his family's name. It would expose the illegal, corrupt foundations upon which his entire empire was built. It would delegitimize everything Thorne Holdings stands for. He's not after treasure, he's after silence. A wave of understanding, chilling and profound, washed over them. Thorne wasn't just a ruthless businessman. He was a gatekeeper, a censor determined to rewrite history, to sanitize his lineage and legitimize his power by burying the very truths his ancestors had sworn to protect, or at least, to preserve as a failsafe. He wants to destroy it, MJ stated, her voice flat, devoid of emotion. All of it, every ledger, every recording. He wants to bury the past so deep it can never be unearthed again. He wants to legitimize his empire, not by building something new, but by erasing the truth of how the old was built. The weight of this realization was immense. They weren't just curious investigators anymore. They were now guardians of a historical truth, caught between a powerful magnate intent on destruction and a past that demanded to be heard. The question hung heavy in the air. What now? They had the key, the blueprints, and a profound understanding of Thorne's ruthless intentions. Running was no longer an option. They had seen the efficiency of his security, the tenacity of his pursuit. They were too deeply embroiled. We can't just outrun him, Ethan said, breaking the silence. He'll hunt us down, tirelessly. He has the resources, the power, the reach. His gaze fell upon the key. then back to the intricate network of tunnels on the blueprint. But we have something he doesn't: the knowledge of this place. And the key to unlock it. A daring, almost reckless idea began to form in Ethan's mind. A magician's mind. If Thorne wanted to bury the truth, they would unleash it. If he wanted to operate in the shadows, they would drag him into the light. This was no longer about escape, it was about exposure. If this network was built to preserve and reveal, Ethan continued, his eyes alight with a dangerous spark, then we use it for its intended purpose. We don't just find the vault. We don't just secure the evidence. We make sure the truth bomb goes off publicly. MJ looked at him, her practical mind immediately assessing the colossal obstacles. Publicly? How? We'd need to access the main vault, retrieve the data, and then disseminate it. That's a massive undertaking. Thorne would anticipate it. He'd have the place locked down. Exactly. Ethan grinned, a flash of his old showman's bravado returning. He'll anticipate us trying to steal it. He won't anticipate us trying to broadcast it. He won't anticipate a show. He picked up the antique key, turning it over in his fingers. This isn't just a key to a door, MJ. It's a key to a performance. A grand illusion. But this time, the illusion isn't for entertainment, it's for revelation. We lure him in. We use his own obsession against him. We bring the spotlight not to us, but to the truth he's trying to bury. MJ listened, her expression shifting from skepticism to a cautious understanding. His words, though dramatic, held a dangerous logic. She thought of the intricate retrieval system, marked on the blueprints, the sophisticated mechanisms for dissemination. It wasn't just a physical vault, it was designed for an information release. My architectural background, MJ began, her voice gaining strength. It's not just about understanding blueprints. It's about understanding systems, infrastructure, how things are built to flow, or to be interrupted. If this network is designed to release information, there has to be a way to connect it to the outside world. A broadcast hub, a data uplink, something. And my skills, Ethan interjected, are in misdirection, in creating spectacles, in manipulating perception. We create a diversion so elaborate, so audacious, that Thorne will be forced to chase us into the very heart of the Desert Bloom project. And once he's there, trapped in his own web of secrets, we spring the trap. He paused, looking at her, his blue eyes intense. It won't be easy, MJ. It will be dangerous, but it's the only way to truly stop him. To ensure this truth can never be buried again. Are you with me? MJ considered the question. Her life had been about stability, about paying off debts, about quiet perseverance. This was chaos, risk, a head-on collision with one of the most powerful men in Las Vegas. But the thought of Thorne obliterating this unique, vital piece of history, of erasing the very foundations of the city she'd once dreamed of shaping, was unbearable. And the symbol on the key, her grandfather's secret, whispered to her. This isn't just about the money anymore, is it? She finally said, her voice firm. It's about what's right, about setting history straight. She picked up a corner of the blueprint, her fingers tracing the path to the echoing heart. I can find the access points. I can decipher the system. I can help you prepare the broadcast. But we'll need to anticipate his every move. And we'll need to be flawless. Ethan's smile was grim but determined. Flawless, it is. We expose the architect's secret. We light up the entire city with it. He extended his hand, the antique key glinting in the dim motel room light. MJ met his gaze, then clasped his hand, a silent pact sealing their daring counterplan. The truth bomb was primed. The stage was set, and the glittering illusion of Las Vegas was about to be shattered, revealing the true aces and ashes beneath.